Hi, my name is Aaron Bockley, and this is our bus. We call it the Brocolibus, and my wife's Instagram is Brocolibus6. Check it out there. There's pictures from way back and all sorts of stuff. We have 4 kids, and then my wife and I, and 2 dogs. One of them's deaf and one of them's blind, and they follow each other around, so it's pretty fun. Makes for a tight experience sometimes, but other times it's just really free-flowing, and I wanted to show you inside. So I'll step on up here and show you. Sam. So he's the deaf one. And this is our bus here, so I'm going to just disconnect this really quick. So our seating arrangement, we have everybody sitting up front. These are minivan seats that I purchased and changed everything out. So we have seat belts for everybody. Safety was sort of a concern for me, so I wanted to try to put everything up in an area that was the cabin area. This is my workstation area here. This monitor folds down and I have a keyboard and can do my computer work there. The overhead storage bins is kind of for coats, and at nighttime we put all our little window coverings and stuff up in there. This is our kitchen area, so after you come back through here, whoever sits here is in charge of snacks from the fridge.
Oh my.
I'm talking, Ava. That's Ava.
Okay.
She's dramatic. And yep. And so she often sits here and we'll grab drinks and things while we're driving. The fridge sections over into the kitchen, so we have a propane stove, and this is just the sink and wash area. So we got this little faucet thing. This is pretty fun. Then we have a couple cupboards in here. So, one thing that's pretty interesting, I find interesting, is that all of the framing in here is metal square tubing. So it's 1-inch square tube, 0.65 thickness wall. It's really thin wall. It affords us a lot of space, so we just build all these frames, and then we have just a real thin plywood veneer on all the pieces to give some structure to it and to make some space. So when we look in here, you can see the steel frame here. This is bolted to the wall, and then that's a steel frame. So everything's got steel frames connected to the vehicle body, which then is sort of integral to every piece that is in here. So if you look up above there, it looks like a wooden. Hey.
Stuff for the lemonade stand.
Okay, I'm talking. If you look up here, you can see this cross member is a wire chase, but then there's metal inside of there to brace everything against each other. So there's these bulkheads that go across all the way back. This is our pantry. So see, it's pretty substantial, so we can feed everybody. And
a lot of mouths to feed.
yeah, I got a couple mouths to feed. I got these little latches. These are like door latches off of like a security door for just go to Home Depot for adding things. This is our restroom. The toilets here. This is the Nature's Head, and it's got an adapter for the urine, so it's a little easier to maintain.
And
then
you got the latches that.
Yeah, so we have these all these drawers are they all latch. So what I tried to do with these, you'll note these all just kind of pop out. So they're just metal frames. That helps us with a couple things. One is that these containers are standardized containers of the same exact shapes that you get in commercial kitchens. So all of the serving pans in commercial kitchens use this shape. So I could have easily, instead of having a 1, you could get 2 halves inside here, or you could put thirds in there and change the orientation of them really easily. They also come in different depths, so you can pop them in different depths and stuff. So the entire drawer system is built around that. So like this here is also commercial stuff. These are all, Sam, buddy, come on. So all of our cups and drawers and dishes and things fit inside of these pieces. And then, so we have all these latches. These are like marine latches. They're really similar to they're like these kind of guys like that. So when you push the button, they lock. I modified these ones, so because of various reasons, they actually have a push rod all the way to the back, so they latch from the back end and not from the front. I just design, not foresight, but yeah, it worked out. So, and like extra things is we have a extra countertop here. This is all second use countertop that we got from a home recycling place. Just found a big sheet of that Caesar stone and started slicing it up into the shapes. So this is one of our air conditioner heads. Oh yeah, Sam is your friend. He knows you like you if he's standing between your legs.
Yeah.
Hey guys. So this is the wash area here. So we can wash
your shower over here.
Yes, showers here. Also dirty laundry storage. So just standard shower.
Every shower in every
Right.
RV.
So this is our wash area here. So just this with toothbrushes and toiletries and makeup and all that girly stuff because there's a bunch of girls in this house. And
Yeah, most of it's my mom's and older sisters.
Yep. And then this is our bunk beds. So kids seem to never be able to latch these back. But so the idea is that this is a bed that folds up flat. You can see this countertop has been deployed. So here I can move this one too. So you just snap it up like this, and now it's a countertop for a workspace. And there's little clips you push to pop that down. So then what happens is when you have that folded down, you can then unlatch this section, and then you fold the bed down, and so the bed comes out.
Right.
So every kid gets a twin size bed that's actually the full size of the mattress.
And there's storage back in there.
There's storage bins back in there, so they have their space for things. These can all fold down at the same time, or maybe you can just have the top section and the bottom sections closed. People can, like the kids like to sit on the floor and play Legos and board games and computers and whatever. And then if they're all folded down and we want to have privacy, there's a curtain track that goes all the way along, so we can pull the track closed, and so they have their own private areas that way. Sometimes it's a challenge. Oops, that's all right. Doggos. Sometimes it's a challenge to get everybody up and out of bed in the morning because you're squeezing past, and it's sort of a scramble at times. But I think that's how everybody is, especially with 4 kids. This is sort of our play area here, a school area too. So we have all our workbooks and things, and we have our printer back here, and then this is our TV. It's just kind of mounted low, just because it ends up people hanging out on the bed and little pillow chairs and stuff like that. Audrey is using a lot of tape right now to do something. I'm not sure what, but it's okay.
Don't ask too many
I
questions.
won't ask too many questions, and it'll be fine.
Good. I don't like too many questions.
Okay.
I'm the one that's supposed to say too many questions.
So we have our clothes go here, so everybody gets a drawer. Then we have a washer and dryer that we run everything through. So all this is solar. Okay. Well, there you go. So the washer and dryer are high efficiency. The dryer is a condensing dryer, so it only outlet from it is a little water drain line. It uses about 700 watts when it's running, and then the dryer does that, and the washer is just a high efficiency. It uses about 8 gallons of water every load, so it's pretty low water. We have 100 gallons worth of fresh water. It does suck it down pretty fast if you're doing the laundry, so yeah.
And I love doing laundry.
Usually we run out of water before we run out of electricity doing laundry, so.
Now, how much solar do you have?
We have almost 2,600 watts of solar on the roof. So
Dad,
that's
can't we smell lemonade?
No, I'm not doing that yet. This is our
I get that from bananas on
air
it.
conditioning unit up here, so we have a second one in the back. This is a 9,000 BTU unit, and then the front one's 12,000.
Okay,
The
let's
outside
see.
unit
I
is an
need something
18,000
that I
BTU handler, and it's a heat pump, so we can get heating and cooling that way. Heating really doesn't work very well off grid with the heat pump because the amount of electricity consumed, in combination with it's usually cold and dark and not sunny, so there's not enough solar to drive it. So we have a little diesel furnace right here. So this guy is one of those Chinese clone of an Eberspacher heater. It's an 18,000 BTU diesel heater, so it puts out a lot of heat. And that's enough to keep our bus super perfectly comfortable in about 20-degree Fahrenheit weather, so it works really well.
Yep.
During the summer months, when it's actually sunny and hot, or at least bright for a long period of time, there's plenty of electricity to run the air conditioning without ever plugging in. So we just run that. And then the lithium battery carries us overnight, all night long, with if it's hot as well, to the next day for recharge.
That answers that question for people. Can you run
Yeah,
air conditioning on solar? Yes,
Right.
if you have enough solar.
because you got to remember this: the air conditioning isn't pulling the entire 2,000 watts of power once you've got it down. If you notice, there's not a lot of windows in here. It takes, I think, when it was about 80 or 90 degrees Fahrenheit with high humidity, the air conditioner averaged about 400 to 600 watts of power consumption on the hour to keep things cool.
Right.
So if you look at that after it gets dark out during the summertime months,
Is this lemon?
Lemon. You mixed your E and the O back up together.
Oh.
If you look at the power consumption over that period of time, 400 watt draw for the nighttime, which is in the summer months about 8 hours at the most.
Is this correct?
Yes.
Good.
You can. I've lost my train of thought. It's really difficult. What was I talking about?
Overnight power
Oh yeah,
consumption.
overnight power consumption. So, overnight power consumption in the summer months, you
I'm going real quick.
consume it's about 8 hours of darkness at the 47th parallel, and by the time the sun's coming up, especially with the high angle of the sun, we're by 9 or 10 in the morning, we're overproducing power and net positive for even running the air conditioning to keep it going. So all day long, that's enough to recharge from about the 75th or 80th percentile discharge overnight. So we never dip below about 80% battery if we're running the air conditioner in the summer months. It's probably it's probably the factor that influenced the entire design of our bus. Like literally the entire design of everything is built around the energy efficiency of having the lithium battery and the air conditioning to support that in the solar. So it's pretty important for that factor. And then finally, this is our bedroom back here. This bed folds up to the side. There's a little actuator and a button. I'll make it squawk just because it's fun, so you can hear it.
Right.
If you take all the stuff off the walls and the mattresses, or not the mattress, just the kind of flatten it out, it'll raise up and stow away. And there's like a little corner section couch underneath this section.
Right.
There's another emergency exit door over here. So I kept all the original exits on the bus. The rear door is, the original height, and exit on the hatches up top. They provide access so I can climb up there and get the panels clean. Like this morning, I squeegeed all the panels because they were kind of covered in dust and mud and water from rain and stuff. That's basically the interior arrangement in here. And then, if you want, I can show you outside the bits on the outside.
Sure, we'll just take a
any other
step
questions?
outside and we'll take a look at that.
All right.
I hope you enjoyed the tour of this week's rig, and join us again next Saturday for another episode.